Yo, what is up everyone? It's CoffeeCraft here. We're back and we are going to be making Gnembon's Nether Fortress farm for 1.16.2, and this farm has actually gotten better with time, capable of now 44,000 items per hour, and also just by spawn proofing a fortress we can get now close to 30,000 items per hour, so it's actually easier to make and better to make than ever. Now we have a redstone thing here that is capable of 72,000 items per hour, shooting all the items into a cobweb and then being pushed around and grabbed by the hoppers here at the bottom, so you can get wither skeleton skulls, blaze rods, coal, and other goodies. And then above here we have flying machines pushing all the mobs into a 1x1 spot so that we can use looting 3 on them and maximize the goods. And we're going to go ahead and use striders to create a perimeter for this, so we don't have to spawn proof the whole nether like I did. And this whole farm is built around flying machines pushing all the mobs into that 1x1 chamber. So I'd highly recommend that you go ahead and watch Gnembon's video on how and why this farm works, because that's going to make it way easier for you to build this thing and to understand it. What I'll be doing is showing you a step-by-step survival tutorial for this, and this is going to be a 3-part series and it is a mega project. So let's get ready and find some resources for this. Let's quickly go over the resources required to build this farm. The official list after I build it will be in the description below, but this will help you understand some of it. So this will be just blocks to spawn proof some in the nether. I'm going to be using pressure plates for that. So this could be any kind of spawn proofing block. And then a couple of warped fungus on a stick, and a bunch of warped fungus that is to breed striders and lure them to make a perimeter. Show you that later, it's going to be very cool. And then we're going to need this many leaves for building the farm that can be swapped with glazed terracotta, this many walls, this many obsidian for our flying machines to stop them, very important. This much glass to contain the farm and let you see inside, slabs for redstone components, and a standing platform, 16 beds, 2.5 stacks of solid blocks for redstone components, 4.5 stacks of glazed terracotta. This farm is very specific for the block placement, so I don't want you using any other block than that, so don't bother asking. This many stairs. And then next we're going to need this many blocks just to contain the striders, so that's 4.5 stacks or so. And then 64 temporary blocks, 4 stacks of torches to light up our farm while we're building it. 13 stacks of packed ice. This is very important for the efficiency of the farm, makes it faster, so go ahead and get that. 5 melons just to show the center points of the farm. 5 end rods or glass panes, whichever you'd like. 5 redstone lamps, 4 trapdoors. Next we got this many pressure plates or slabs or carpets or buttons to spawn proof the nether brick platforms, which will be making this will increase the rates of the farm big time, the platforms, so these are necessary to spawn proof those while still making the farm faster. You'll see more about that later. 24 gravity affected blocks, that could be sand, concrete powder, or gravel. Next we have this much scaffolding to help you build it with me. All these redstone components are all completely necessary, including that cobweb there. Next we got 9 minecarts with hoppers for the collection system. This many hoppers and chests is the bare minimum to run this farm for a few hours, so if anything, get more and make a bigger collection system. I'm just showing you the minimum. 5 temporary rails, 8 ender chests to help you sort the items, and 3 hay bales there. Next we got at least this many fire resistance potions. You're probably going to want more depending on how long it takes you to build things. And then night vision potions, not necessary, but just makes it a lot easier to see in the nether, for me at least. Next is an empty shulker box, but in the future that's going to be 42 stacks of nether bricks. So once I tell you which fortress to pick, then I'll want you to mine either like a different fortress or parts of the fortress, but first you want to find out what you're looking for, that way you don't ruin a good fortress. So let's get into finding one. For finding a location to build this farm, I'd recommend that you recreate your world in a creative game mode with cheats so that you can fly around quicker, and then use the command /locate, and I believe it's /locate fortress or /locate nether fortress. That way you can fly around and look for a nether fortress that is in either a soul sand valley or a warped forest. So I'm in a soul sand valley. A warped forest is the green forest place, in case you don't know, and you're looking for a nether fortress with a crossroad, which is on the furthest part right of my screen right now. That is 128 blocks all around that biome. That is because in these biomes there is selective spawning, or only a certain number of mobs can spawn within a radius of each other, so it creates a very small amount of mobs within the whole biome. This was tweaked since Gnembon's video for the snapshot. So we're going to need actually about 35 striders as opposed to the 15 that he proposed before to create a perimeter within this biome, but it is still going to give us a ton of loot without having to spawn proof a whole biome, which would take weeks. Believe me, I did it. That's why it took me so long. Now for this fortress, ideally you want not lava right below that crossroad on the right, because you're going to have to get rid of all that to build the collection system below that. And also you don't want a bastion in there, because then you'd have to spawn proof the whole bastion. But I thought that would be very difficult to spawn proof it, so I just went ahead and dug up the whole bastion. So this took a decent amount of time. For doing this whole project, you're definitely going to want a beacon, or as many beacons as you can get, because not only do you want to instant mine things faster, but you want a strength regeneration and everything, because of course nether fortress within these biomes is going to be dangerous, full of mobs that are pretty strong and they can kill you. And of course lava is not your friend. You're going to need tons and tons of fire resistant potions. I went through like 4 shulker boxes, but I spent way too long grinding trying to destroy far too many stuff. So hopefully you can learn from me and not do that, and watch out for, of course, piglins. If you're mining down a bastion, I'd avoid a bastion altogether if you can. If you know how to do it as well, I'd highly recommend that you make a mob switch, so something that pacifies the whole nether so no other mobs can spawn. If you have no idea what that is or don't know, then you could, if you're playing on a server, you could have a friend just AFK at a blaze spawner so that no other mobs can spawn. Don't kill the blazes, of course, but you just want to get that max mob limit so that you don't have to deal with it. Now we're going to get 35 striders underneath our select nether crossroad. You don't need an area this big, just like within that pillar area there, right underneath. I didn't quite understand the mechanics while I was building it, so that's why this spot's so big, so just ignore that. Now to get the striders, make sure you have lava potions already equipped onto you. And then go and find a strider, use a saddle and a warped fungus on a stick to get onto them. Now just get 2 of them into that spot first. Don't get like all the others, just get 2, and then you're going to want to breed them. So you're going to need a lot of warped fungus, as you'll see in the description, and just breed these guys until you get 35 striders underneath that crossroads, so we don't have any blazes, or ghasts, I should say, ghasts and skeletons. Now we're going to want to spawn proof the nether fortress, but not the whole fortress, just within 70 blocks of that green spot right there. So that's my nether fortress crossroad, and 70 blocks outwards I'm going to spawn proof this fortress. And this didn't take me that long, actually. It only took me like half an hour just to spawn proof like half of this fortress, so it is very easy. Just make sure you have a beacon. Now remove the pillars underneath this crossroad, not the walkways above, but just up until those walkways, just like that there. And do this for all the pillars. So just doing this got me pretty close to 42 stacks of nether bricks. So you don't need to get your nether bricks before you start working on this farm, because you'll get them just from mining these pillars here anyways, because they're going to be in our way to build this farm, because this farm requires a pretty large volume of space. It's not like insanely massive, but a decent amount. Now if there's lava there, you're going to need to get rid of it, unfortunately. You're definitely going to want to use machines if you do this. I did it by hand for a little bit, but that was taking forever, so eventually I figured out just to use an observer and piston, and I fell in lava. And then just keep placing sand throughout, but remember, in a soul sand valley, the bottom of lava lakes is soul sand, so that means if you place sand, it's going to turn into an item when it hits it, which is horrible. That means you'd have to remove all of the soul sand on the bottom of a lava lake, which took me hours, so I highly would not recommend doing this where there's lava below, because that'll be annoying. Otherwise, get tons of lava potions and remove all the soul sand. And then go ahead and place lots of sand above, and then if you just attach a repeater like I did there, it can actually speed up these machines for getting rid of the sand. We have done what I believe are the most annoying parts of getting ready to build this farm. Now we can go on to actually making parts of the farm. So we've set up a somewhat perimeter that will minimize gas from spawning. A few might spawn still, so watch out for that. Sorry if they blow up your stuff. And we're going to work on this. So the center of this crossroad that you're using is the most important piece for this farm to work from. So in the middle here, I just replaced the blocks here with gold, so you can see. The central block, so this one here, the emerald block, is going to be the center of our 3 main spawning platforms. So mark this out, that way you see it, and then you can go on it and then hit F3 and write down the coordinates of this spot in case you it gets blown up or you somehow mine away blocks and forget it. So just remember it, write it down, that way you don't lose it. Now from here we're going to start building, but we're going to need to come up here a lot. So I'm going to go here and then just drop some sand, and we'll go down below here and we'll just get some scaffolding set up so that we can go up here, since we're going to need to get up here a lot. And just be aware, I believe Nether fortress mobs can still spawn on scaffolding. So everything we build here, you're going to want to light up with torches or spawn proof. Okay, we've got that there. Now we're going to build the spawning platforms. So in the center here, we're not going to build that part yet because that's going to be redstone components. So we're going to build just the spawning platforms. So for the center area, we're going to need a 3x17 area. So this is 3, and then we're going to go outwards each direction 8 blocks from the center. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that'll be out to there. And then same on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then go ahead and double check that it is actually 3x17 or 17 blocks long. So okay, that is 17 blocks. So all of this nether crossroad here is going to get in our way now. So we can go and mine some of this to get it out of the way. Alright, now that that is out of the way around there, you can get rid of all of it pretty much all around other than this spot. But to get started, we're going to make one of the spawning platforms, and they are 8x17 for the dimensions. And that is consisting of packed ice and wall blocks. So diorite wall blocks again, stone brick wall blocks, or cobblestone, whichever you prefer. So to start off, we're going to do 17 blocks again, and then out this direction. So I want also most of my redstone for this farm to be in this spot here. So that's why I'm picking this spot, because the fortress will kind of protect me in case any gas spawn. If I did it on that side, you never know, a gas might spawn somewhat close and then wander over and blow my stuff up, which would not be good. So I'm doing it here because of that. So we're going to make this 17, matching where I place those torches. Gonna run back over here. And then from here, we're gonna go 8 blocks this way, including this block here. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now for the back side, you're gonna place 2 packed ice and then a wall block. And then it's gonna be kind of tricky because it's not gonna want to be placed. So just repeat this until it matches up with the other side. 2 packed ice and then a wall block. And the outside edge here is all packed ice. We'll connect it back here. And so this layer is going to consist of packed ice and wall blocks. And it is a 3x5 for the wall blocks, that is, with 2 packed ice between each. But the next wall block is going to go right on the spot here, in line with that, but right there. So I'll come over there, do that. And again, just repeat 2 packed ice between each wall block. And there's going to be another row going through the center, which is going to make a total of 3x15 for the wall block. So let's just fill in the rest. So in case you're wondering, there are wall blocks here because we do not want magma cubes or gas spawning because they are a hassle to deal with in terms of collecting and killing. So that's why they are there. And the packed ice is there so that the the flying machines can shoot the mobs faster into the center. If they hit them when they're on the packed ice, then they'll shoot faster towards the center, speeding up our rates and efficiency for the farm. Now, as we go, everything we make is going to be spawning mobs. It is going to be mob spawnable. So to help with this, let's just place torches on every single wall block as we go, because we don't want to be fighting wither skeletons and blazes while we're building everything. Now let's go and repeat the exact same thing from this side onto this side here. So we'll break 8 blocks out this way and then place our platform there. This is one layer done. Now let's go down, and each layer is going to have a 3 block gap between each of them. We just need to replicate the exact same thing again. No differences at all between these platforms. So I will speed through this, If you're not sure, you can watch. Otherwise, we are just building the exact same packed ice and wall block platform. Again, just make sure that everything is lit up with torches. And then we're going to proceed and go 3 blocks up, exactly a 3-block gap between each platform, and build from there. And now replicate exactly the same, the packed ice and wall block platform. No differences at all, and it's directly above this platform that we've already built. From here, get tons of nether brick and spawn proofing blocks. And in the vertical directions from this point of view, you're going to build 6 nether brick blocks up and down out. And then on the horizontal directions from this angle, build 5 blocks out. And that is on all sides, exactly like this. Spawn proofing 3 blocks on the vertical directions and spawn proofing 4 blocks on the horizontal directions from here. And this can be carpets, slabs, pressure plates, buttons, or whichever you prefer, and place torches on the outside so no fortress mobs spawn. And then each layer is exactly the same, no differences at all. So once you've done it once, just replicate the exact thing, extending it outwards on all sides. And if you're wondering why we're doing this, is because it is going to increase the number of fortress mobs that spawn here. You could actually extend up to like 8 blocks outwards more to increase the rates. But as the more blocks you place, the increases get substantially smaller. So the amount we have here is a good enough amount to increase the rates a large amount without being a ridiculous amount of nether brick blocks. And we do this on all layers extending out from the packed ice. Now let's head up to the top layer, placing 4 more scaffolding. And from there, with again a 3-block gap between this and the next platform, build a little thing to build off of. Now we're going to replicate what we just did, but nether bricks are going to be placed instead of packed ice. So the same pattern as before, but with nether bricks instead of packed ice. The wall blocks will be in the exact same pattern as well. This is because we're outside the bounding box of a fortress, but if we place nether bricks, we can make fortress mobs spawn on here because of that. And on the other side, we're going to replicate again the exact same thing directly above all the other platforms. No difference at all other than nether bricks instead of packed ice. And again, place torches as you go, so because you don't want mobs shooting you and killing you as you're building this thing. And then extend it out in the vertical directions from this point of view, 4 blocks this time, and in the horizontal directions, again, 5 blocks. And then you're going to spawn proof in the vertical direction, the outermost 3, and in the horizontal direction, the outermost 4 blocks. And you're going to do this all around for the whole platform. Again, for those total of 5 blocks out, spawn proofing those 4 blocks on the outside of that side. And then on this vertical direction, again, placing 4 nether bricks out, but spawn proofing the 3 blocks out that way. And all around it's a big huge square, and you're doing the exact same thing all over on all of the sides. Now again, let's head to the top platform and build 4 scaffolding up and make a 3x3 platform from there to build off of, so a 3-block gap between each platform again, same as always. Now we're going to build in this direction a 9x27 platform, so 9 blocks out where I am right now, and then total of 27 wide all around there. This will line up with the bottom platforms for the 27 wide part anyways, and then make a 2x5 wall block platform again with 2 nether brick blocks between each of those wall blocks. Same as before in nether bricks, because we're outside the bounding blocks of a nether fortress, and light everything up as we go so no blazes arrive. And then again, spawn proof the outermost 4 blocks on the horizontal directions from this angle, and spawn proof the outermost 3 blocks in the vertical direction from this angle. And place more torches so we don't get mobs. Now, directly above this other platform, we're going to replicate the exact same thing, a 9x27 platform, again with the 2x5 wall block and nether brick pattern there. No differences between this and the previous layer, spawn proofing 3 blocks out in the vertical, 4 blocks out in the horizontal direction. And then we're just gonna connect these 2 platforms with 5 nether brick blocks in that horizontal direction there. On both sides, 5 blocks there. Now from this top platform here, let's get our leaf blocks, and in the corner build 3 high and 1 block forward on the outermost, 3 blocks high right up against those spawn proof blocks all along the whole thing, and then just extend it inwards 1 block from there exactly. Now we're going to replicate again the exact same thing on the other side. So 3 leaves going straight up, right up against those spawn proof blocks, and then just another one towards us. And then we're going to go down another layer and replicate the exact same thing. We have a 3 block gap between each platform that we fill in with leaves on the outside there. And we're going to do that on both sides. This is for the flying machines so that they don't get stuck and grab blocks from the outside, because flying machines have slime blocks which would grab most blocks unless they're leaf blocks or certain blocks like that. And we're just repeating this exact same thing on every single layer, no differences at all, just on the outside right up against the pressure plate, placing all the leaves there. The top 2 blocks of this actually could be replaced with glazed terracotta, but that would be more expensive. You could avoid fires, which could be better that way, but leaves are pretty easy to get anyways. You just want to always, of course, watch out for blazes and ghasts. While you're building this, the mini perimeter we've made with the striders will help, but always watch out and just in case. And as you'll see here, there was a ghast, and he lit some of my stuff on fire anyways, or the blazes did. On the top layer now, place 5 glass, 5 glazed terracotta, then 5 glass. Repeat that, but on the left side from this angle, place 3 glass, then 3 upside down stairs. Another layer of glass there, 2x6 glass, and then 3 normal stairs there on that side. And proceeding down, we're going to do glass on the bottom up until the middle, glazed terracotta, glass, leaving a 1 block in the middle there. Glass, glazed terracotta, 3 glass there, 3 upside down stairs, and repeating glass to the outside. Now proceeding down to the layer here, glass along the bottom again, glazed terracotta there, and glass. And on the right side, glass, and then glazed terracotta, 3 glass, and then 3 upside down stairs, repeating glass to the outside. Now we just replicate that exactly the same thing again, no difference. Glass there, glazed terracotta, glass up to the middle, and glass on the outside, glazed terracotta there, 3 glass, 3 upside down stairs, the rest glass to the outside. And the bottom layer, of course, again, will be exactly the same here. No difference at all between the two. The glazed terracotta is there because of flying machines, because they'll be sliding along there and we don't want it grabbing pieces of the farm. Now proceeding on to the other side, it is easier. So it is just glass all the way along the bottom right there. Glazed terracotta up until the center block. You can place any block in the middle there. That way you just know it's the center. We're just using a melon just because no reason. It doesn't have to be a melon, could be anything. And proceeding up, we're replicating the exact same thing for layers 1 to 4. No differences, glass, glazed terracotta, any block you want right in that middle spot there. Glass is just nice because we can see inside of the farm, see what's happening, because you'll want to make sure everything's working properly. That's why we're using glass. And replicating the same thing over and over again on each layer. For layer 4, it is just slightly shorter, but the pattern or design is the same. Glass along the top and bottom there, right up against the spawn-proof blocks, so the outermost nether brick blocks as always. And I forgot a melon there, but that's okay, it doesn't actually matter. And on this side, slightly different, but the same. Glass on the bottom, glazed terracotta there. And then I'm going to place a melon there this time, glass there. Now extend it just to 1 block higher. Right above that to make it 4 blocks high of all glass. Now on the outermost 4 blocks, we're going to place a glass from this side all the way to the other side. This is going to be our ceiling for the farm to contain the mobs and flying machines and everything. So we're going to do that on that side, and we're also going to do that on the other side. Exact same thing. Outermost 4 blocks glass extended from the other side to this side. No difference between the two. Now just connect the bushes to the glass, placing 1 block of leaves there above and connected to the glass all the way along the whole thing. Watch out for blazes though, you don't want everything to catch fire. And replicate this on both sides. No difference, just connecting the glass to the leaves there. Now head on down to the bottom of your scaffolding, and we're going to make a large platform that has a 7 block gap between this platform and the packed ice platform. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That way, just when you jump, if you don't have jump boost, you'll be able to place a block up here just when you jump. So on here, let's make a large platform. Okay, now let's just repeat this and make another platform from here. So another large platform starting from this block, so we'll just have to jump down and make some more scaffolding platforms. And again, large platform from here. And now just do the same thing again on the far side over there. And again, mobs can spawn everywhere, so light it up, that way you don't have tons of them everywhere. Alright, we have that out of the way, and now we are going to make the container for the bottom sweeper. So this will be the sweeper that sweeps all the mobs into a 1x1 hole for us. So go to the side, which has the upside down stairs. So if I fly out here, you're gonna see there are the upside down stairs right there. And again, I'll show you one more time. The upside down stairs, not the all glass side, the upside down stairs. So I'm on this side of it, and from here in the center, very center spot, I'm going to place 3 glass, just like that, and now get 9 solid blocks, and then place them out that way from here. just like that, and repeat that on this side too. Then from here get 8 pieces of glass on each side and make a 2x4 going towards the opposite packed ice platform. And just repeat this again on the other side. And then get glass, again, more glass, and make a line of glass going from this all the way to the other side there. Okay, and then in the center, just do a line of glass up until your scaffolding. In the future, we'll just connect this glass together, but since we're still working on this, of course, just leave that scaffolding there and keep that in mind. Now get our bushes, and we're gonna do one layer on the outside of this container here. So all along, just place bushes just like this. Okay, just like that. Now on the side, which has the solid blocks, which we place, so those ones there, we're gonna do 1 block on the corner, or make that 2, and do that on the other side. And there's gonna be a 1 block gap between this, so just like this, leaving that gap between this. And then this is going to go down 1 more block on this side. And then for the rest of this, just fill it in the rest of the 3 blocks all the way down. Alright, perfect. And now I've decided I actually want to get rid of this scaffolding right here. It's going to be in our way, but you're going to want to collect it so that we can use it. So go onto the top and break it and come back down to this big platform. Okay, we have all those blocks out of the way. We can fill in this one spot here. Now take glazed terracotta and place one of them just like this up until the center here. In the center, just put a solid block like that, and then glazed terracotta again up until the other side. Alright, that's looking good. Now get our leaves again. And on the bottom 2 leaves here, we're going to make another line of them from one side up until the other. Then we can place a temporary block right here. and then a leaf block right there. And this is going to be on every single corner. Okay, now get our buttons, which I don't have with me, and we're going to place them along this glazed terracotta. So I have my buttons, and all along, just on the side of this glazed terracotta, this is going to be for preventing mobs from spawning when the flying machine is sweeping through here. Right now, of course, it does nothing, but once that flying machine is in there, that's what the purpose will be. Now get your glass, and we're going to do a layer of glass around the outside of this whole collection chamber thing for the sweeper. All along the outside here. And then from the inside here, get more glass and bring it all the way up until the central block here. So just stop right here and leave a 1 block gap here, and then connect this, but still leaving that 1 block gap, just like this. And we can actually take back these buttons, because we'll use them for other things in the future, just this center block here. Okay, and then come on to the outside here, and for the side that has the solid blocks again, we're going to place buttons along here. From the outside solid block up until the glass blocks in the middle. And on the left side, you're going to place 1 on the first glass block. And continue to the outside. And then again, get more buttons, and we're going to do the same thing, but with a 1 block gap on the ceiling here, so just along there and in the same places that these buttons are too, all along. Alright, there we go for the buttons. Now let's go underneath here, and 1 block down and diagonal to this bush, we're going to place packed ice, and 7 of them along here in each slot there. So here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now repeat this for each spot, just like this. And then 1 block towards the middle, we'll place a solid block on the ends of all the packed ice. And 2 glass blocks are going to go right between these solid blocks in the middle. So middle in this direction. Left and right of that. And then watch out for blazes, but we're going to need to go inside here. And we're going to place all our beds on top of the packed ice and the solid blocks. And be very careful that you do not hit these beds or click on them again, because otherwise you're going to blow up everything and you are not going to be happy. You're going to have a bad day. From here, let's go to the central scaffolding platform. And we actually want to now break, and watch out for blazes, this center here to get rid of the scaffolding around it. It's going to be in our way now, so just like this, and some of that's going to fall, which is of course supposed to happen. And then some of this is in our way, that. And you can leave the rest because we can maybe use it for some other stuff too. Okay, we'll go down another block, and then from here, what we're going to do is get some glass blocks, and underneath these solid and glass, just place 6 glass just like this. And then we're going to have glass on the outside here and outside here. And then we're going to need a temporary block. And place it just like that. And then a hay bale there. Break that one. Temporary block there. And hay bale there. Just like that. And now we're going to need a very specific amount of glass. We are going to need 4 times 18, so we're going to make a chamber that drops down 18 blocks exactly. So go in your inventory and separate 4 different stacks as 18 blocks of glass. And then just put it all together. That way you don't need to worry about counting. So if you look at there, it is 64 and 8. So from below the hay bale and glass here, we're going to go down 18 blocks exactly with this. So you can just fill it in just like this and continue straight down 18 blocks. And there you go, that is 18 blocks down from there. So now we're gonna make a 8 block thing around it. So I'll just go out like this. And just on the outside edge of this, fill it in with glass. Alright, just like that for the bottom portion here. Now what we need to find is the side of the farm which has the upside down stairs. So if I go and fly out here, you'll see my upside down stairs right there. So remember where that is and come back down here. Then from here we're going to get our glass. And on the side which has the upside down stairs, so that's this side for me, we're going to place 3 glass on that side, and then 3 glass. Like this. So again, 3 glass on the side of the upside down stairs, and then just like this on this side. From here again, go to the central scaffolding spot and build it up so that the top one is right on the edge of the glass that we've built. So just like this, and then break 2 blocks of the scaffolding. So there's 1 and there's 2. Now we're gonna get our half slabs, and the first one we're gonna place is right in this corner here. So the corner on the opposite side of this glass here, so right underneath that. And this is going to be a 1.5 block height between the furthest down glass. So 1.5 there. Okay, and now we're going to build a platform for our killing position and for our redstone to collect to. Then get your slabs. Then on the side again, this one, we're going to go in this direction. And we're going to go 2 more this way. And then get 6 more half slabs and go this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. and one more to make it 7. And then again, it's another 6 half slabs. And count again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, perfect. And this one we're going to do 5 more half slabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually make that 6, sorry. And then just connect this up until here, straight to there. And then we can just fill in the rest, and you can leave that spot there for our scaffolding, and just fill everything in. And as well, while we have our half slabs, we can place some right there for our future killing spot. Alright everyone, that is gonna do it for the first episode for this farm. This will be a 3-part series again, which I'll be releasing over this week. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that. It'll be coming out soon. Don't worry, I've already recorded everything, so it won't take a month like this last one. Just took me a while because I started going back to work full-time now, and this project was probably a bit too complicated for me to take on at the time. It just took me forever to figure everything out, but I've figured it all out, and I'm happy that I did it all. Anyways, so if you have any suggestions or feedback for my new style for the tutorial, let me know. Anything to improve or what you liked, let me know. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.